But I do want to get right to my first two guests this morning who are standout names that I know you'll love to hear from as well. A power couple at the front and center of political headlines these last several years. We were first introduced during the 2002 Olympics when he took the helm of our Salt Lake Winter Games. It's a rare treat to get the chance to chat with both at once, which is why I am so thrilled to start our show today by welcoming Mitt and Ann Romney to Studio 5. Mitt, of course, is currently running for the U.S. Senate in Utah. Ann, we know and love as a New York Times bestselling author, a medical advocate, and a longtime friend of our show, all of which gives us a lot to talk about. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you, Brooke. Good to be with you.
What a treat, what a privilege. Ann's a veteran of this show. Right. You're a newbie.
That's exactly right. I'm not sure what to expect here.
I'll give you first-time treatment.
All right.
I'll go easy on you. You guys, 2018, 3 months in, only 3 months in, and it's already been quite a big year, I have to imagine, in the Romney household as far as decisions and changes. I guess that's every year, the last little while. But if you were to describe 2018 in one word, Mitt, so far, what would you say?
Exhilarating.
Oh, I can't even believe it. That's exactly the word I was going to use. And I'm not joking. It really was.
We're not newlyweds. 49 years. So.
I think we're on the same wavelength always on even the weirdest things.
And that's a unique word, exhilarating. You were right there.
I was absolutely going to say the same thing.
49 years tomorrow, if I did my math correctly. Is that right?
Let's see, the 21st, yeah.
Yeah, Wednesday?
Yeah.
It's a long time. I know this might be a cliche question, but one you're asked often, I know, by younger couples. What would you say is the secret, Ann, to those 49 happy years?
Well, mutual love and respect for each other, but, you know, I think we really just love each other so much that kindness and listening and caring is probably right up there.
It's a dear love story. It really is. I love how high school, right?
High school. We started dating when she was just turning 16. I went to her 16th birthday party. We've been pretty much going steady since then.
I love that. I love that. All couples face big life decisions. Not most couples don't face them in the public eye the way you have, or with public consequence and effect as yours have. I would love to know how those decision-making moments happen behind closed doors. How do you come together on a decision? What does that dialogue look like as a couple, a seasoned couple married 49 years?
Well, we share our lives entirely. Look, I would rather be with Ann than doing anything else imaginable. So we spend our time together as much as we possibly can, and any decision or any matter of consequence in our lives we talk about at great length. And we have a lot of time together as a result of our both spending so much time in each other's company. And so we talk these things through, go through the pros and cons. We typically talk to our daughters-in-law and our sons and ask them what they think about important issues. And ultimately, though, it's kind of Ann. She tells me what she thinks I ought to do. And I mean, I said, for instance, coming to the Olympics, I said no. Bad idea, just the wrong thing. I was in my business. It was doing well. Why would I do that? Ann said, you've got to do it. It's an obligation.
It's because I know his DNA, and I know really what motivates him. And it's there's such a service gene in there. And I just knew he would not be happy spending the rest of his life honestly just working, making money. I mean, that's not fulfilling for this man that I know and love. And, you know, he has this history, this family history of his father and his mother both. And I just knew he would never have felt completely fulfilled until he did service, which is, again, why it brings us to where we are again here today.
I remember you describing Ann once during an interview over the years as the heartbeat behind those decisions. Is that what makes it work, too, in such a cohesive way, head and heart coming together?
Well, there's no question. She has a passion for people and a sensitivity to people's concerns that has allowed us to, I think, be an effective couple together, although we didn't fall in love for that reason. It just happens to have worked out that way. And she brings a different dimension. I don't know whether all women bring a different dimension to all men or how that works, but in our marriage, Ann's sensitivity and ability to connect with people and to understand and empathize with their concerns is something quite unique.
I'd like to ask you both how you handled parenting and politics together. You raised 4 sons, leaders. Oh, excuse me, 5 sons. That's right. Leaders.
Let's not forget that last one.
We can't discount Craig, who I actually went to BYU with. So let's not forget him. But they're all leaders and civil servants in their own right. Once they started to grow and form their own opinions and become more aware of the world around them, was that dinner time talk at your house?
You know, I so love that. I mean, for me, it's I see them as adults now. They're all adults. They're married. They have their own children. But I also see that service is a huge piece of their lives. And that, for my mother's heart, is the best thing that I could have seen happen. I hope that they saw how Mitt and I behaved and how we cared for one another and cared for our community and reached out when we had the moments to help others and lift others up. That I see that in my children as well. Josh here in the state of Utah, Charity Vision, he's chairman of that, and has gotten our family all involved on going on charity trips. And our grandchildren as well are now seeing, what it's like, how people in Peru and the poorest little communities live, and going there and seeing what it's like. And it's like, we're here for this short time on earth, and we have to be careful, and we have to love one another, and we have to care for one another. So for me as a mother, that's the greatest thing that I've seen happen for my children and now my grandchildren as well.
Hearty debates and discussions happening though now?
Well, not right now, because they're all off in the different parts of the world and living their own lives with their own families. But when we were all together, when it was all one family, yeah, a lot of debates, but also various jokes and pranks played at the dinner table. I mean, we had a very active family. 5 boys. If they're not fighting, they're making jokes and entertaining one another, and that was part of our life.
Or making messes, right?
As it goes. Always making messes. I don't think they've stopped, actually, making messes, from what I can tell.
I have to ask you both about a proud title. I know you both stamp front and center on your resumes. That is grandparents. What's the best thing about being a grandpa, Mitt?
I don't have to change diapers. I didn't do a lot of that, to be honest, but I did some. And now, no diapers. And actually, the best part is being able to go to their events, whether it's a music recital or a sporting event, and be able to sit and watch and not be stressed. Because, as you get a little older, you sort of take everything in stride. You don't worry whether they win or lose the game, whether they get put in or taken out of the game. It's just being there and having the experience of watching them.
And I like knowing them so well that people ask me all the time, you have 24 grandchildren, do you even know their names? And I'm so stunned by that. I'm like, what? I know their children's, I know their friends, I know the parents of the friends, I know what they do, I know what kind of music they like. I mean, it is it's just an explosion of joy. I mean, it's for grandparents, it's just the best. It's great because, again, you can just walk away at the end of the day and not have to tuck them in and not have to get them to the dentist appointment and all of the other.
And not have to change the diapers. I hear you there. Tonight, a big political night here in Utah. People will be meeting as neighbors, as precincts. The signs are all over my neighborhood, to caucus. Mitt, tee this up for us. Why is the caucus system so valuable and so important?
Well, this allows neighbors to come together and to listen to one another about the potential candidates and decide who they want to have represent them in Washington and also in the state capitol here in Utah. And so people come and have the chance to vote. And it's usually a relatively small group. A few people are able to get involved and make a big, big difference. So I'm encouraging people, go to caucus. Even if you've never been before, go to caucus, listen in. And if you want to become a delegate to the Republican convention, just say you want to run and tell people why, and my guess is you'll be elected as a delegate.
And my pitch for that is, so there might be an equal number of men and women that show up at caucus, but there's a very disproportionate number of men that end up being elected as delegates. And I want women to step forward this cycle and become a delegate, because it's usually 80% men, 20% women, and women, I do not want women underrepresented.
Powerful message, both of you. Thank you so much. Best of luck, sir. We're going to switch gears, if that's okay. Bring in some boards. You said you guys were up for a little game with us, right?
It depends on what the game is.
Well, married 49 years, we thought we'd test your couple connection.
Couple connection.
A little newlywed game. We're going to start the game here. Right. We'll continue it over on Facebook, but we'll tee up one question here. Let's see. First question. So you're going to write down your answer, not share or show your spouse. This is the newlywed game, people, and then we'll compare. Question number 1. Yeah, watch it, mister. Question number 1. What dessert is Ann most likely to serve when the kids come over? When families are gathering at your house, what dessert is her go-to?
What do you call it? Okay.
Here it comes.
I'm going to get in trouble on this.
This will set the tone.
What do you call it? Squash pudding? What do you call that stuff? Smash pudding.
Okay.
Hold on.
Mitt, why don't you give us your first blush guess?
I've got apple pie or smash pudding. Those are the...
I think you mean banana trash pudding.
That's it. That's right. Okay.
Banana trash pudding?
That's it. That's the same one down here. Yeah.
I think that's worth a point. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
This is just the beginning. Can you guys hang out for a couple minutes?
You bet.
We'll continue this game with the Romneys on Facebook. You can dial that up there after the show. Thanks again to both of you.